Hello neighbors, let's have some fun today. I have here my Maxpedition Fat Boy, which is my only pack that I have that will conceal carry my Byrna HD pepper launcher. Now I just happen to have 5 inert rounds, which are basically just white powder. So there's no pepper or anything inside of it. And let's do a little slow motion test, shall we? So that's just one quick little view of the Byrna HD launcher. One thing I would like to make sure that I address is the issue that people have been having with the first round being kind of a dud round. Byrna actually says that you're supposed to, well, let me get it out here. When you're first firing it and you haven't punctured the CO2 cartridge, you're supposed to puncture it by having the safety on and pull the trigger. After that, you're supposed to turn the safety off and then fire. That's how you puncture the CO2 and not waste a bullet or projectile, whatever you want to call it. And I've just seen way too many videos of people talking about that issue of it not firing the first round properly, but they don't explain that there's a proper way of puncturing the CO2. So I don't know if people just don't know how to read an owner's manual or what. I know Byrna has had some quality issues in the past. I can't say I've had any issues with mine, and I know other people have had pretty good quality with theirs. And there is a lot of interesting information about Byrna out there that you have to be careful of. You always have to be careful when you're looking at reviews and whatnot. I know some of them for Byrna have been not that fair. One example is, I know there's one, the person hasn't even used the product yet, but yet they rated it 3 out of 5 stars. Why? I mean, that's just plain stupid. You don't rate something if you haven't even used it yet. Granted, you know, with something like this, you need it to be dependable. And sometimes you just have to take everything with a grain of salt, especially when you're talking about something like a firearm or a self-defense tool or, you know, cars. I know most people, they don't do the research and they just believe what people tell them, and you can end up with a huge hunk of junk if you're not careful. Or you could be buying something that everyone hates but end up having something that you love and works out perfectly for you. So it's always a gamble. One complaint is you touch that little lever there, all your rounds pop right out, which, yeah, it's annoying, but accidentally doing that, I think I've done it once. That's it. And it's not that hard to get around. You can buy one of these guys, which caps it so it doesn't happen to you. It's a little bulky, but you gotta do what you gotta do. If I had to make a snap judgment on it, I would say do your research. This is a decent alternative to an actual firearm. Unless you want to be hauling around one of these guys everywhere, which I don't know, might not be a bad idea. I'm not an expert, and I know there's plenty of other people who do have a lot more experience than me in this, so I do recommend you check other people out, see what they think. But just remember, with anybody, take it with a grain of salt and do your research and get different opinions on things. I know there's this one guy I would definitely give a shout out to, but I'm not comfortable doing that for anyone that I don't actually know. But I will say this, he has the best hats. He's got his style down. Kind of jealous. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. Thank you for joining me. So you may be wondering, what do you need a pepper gun for? Well, I mean, you can't always be carrying one of these guys around everywhere. I mean, what do people think? Probably think you're crazy. Crazy. Well, that is pretty freaking cool. Not gonna lie. This is my outfit for today. If you don't like it, you got something wrong with you. Pretty snazzy, eh?